Hello everyone, this is Barbara Iris Sue of Parental World Knowledge. I want to welcome everyone. We're here to do some more watercolor painting. I hope you have your canvas material. It's on a pad. You get in an art supply store. I hope you have your non-toxic watercolor paint, and you need to get a liquid white usually, because I don't know why, but they don't put white usually in the palettes. So you'll have to purchase that separately at our supply store. And in addition, you're going to need artist brushes, and you're going to need an artist eraser, and you're going to need color pencils. They don't have to be from the art supply store, but if you can get a deal, that's great. And you need an artist sponge. And normally I just get mine online. You know, it's quite reasonable. I've got a full complete set, and it had many pencils, even had 2 watercolor painting sets within it, which is unbelievable, and even oil crayons. So the entire set, $25 with shipping. I mean, you can't get that usually in an art supply store, but you can try. You know, sometimes there are good sales. And I go to Jerry's Artist Outlet. You can go online and say you're a student of me, since you are watching our reality show, and you can, ask for 10% off, as long as it's not a sale item. If it's a sale item, then you wouldn't get the 10% off, because sometimes they give as much as 50% off. You never know. You have to check online for their sales that are going on. So if you don't have a Jerry's near you, get an online Jerry's. Alrighty, so I hope that you have a line drawing. If you are just joining us, a line drawing is just the outline of whatever you're going to be painting. So whether it be a portraiture, or if whatever you like. I mean, if you like sports, do sports. Whatever your hobby, whatever you love, maybe to watch, maybe a movie or something. Do that. Don't do exactly what I'm doing. And like I said, it's just the outline. So if you were to say do still life and you're doing a banana, well, just do the outside part of the banana, just a little bit of a stem. You don't have to start putting all the dots on. You can paint that on. And if you don't have the ability to draw, whether from a prop, and if it is a prop, please make it a little varied from what you see, so you're not infringing on another artist's work. Or if you have a live person, I mean, of course, or pet or whatever, that's a great situation too. Or if you're doing buildings or whatever it is. But my suggestion, if you are doing like buildings, I would definitely vary it. You don't want to do exactly as another artist, but it is easier to have a live person or a live pet, obviously, or looking at something, a fixture or whatever, a building, whatever. It's easier to do that. But I would, if you can't draw, do a computer printout of something that you really like and paint over it. That is accepted in jury shows. All right, that's all I wanted to say, and I'm so sorry if everybody, has heard this before, but sometimes we do get new people, and I just want to be sure. All right, and as far as using the water, just use very little water. Use more paint, and with the liquid white, you don't need to put water, but you do for the paint, obviously, the other paints in the palette. So just keep in mind, don't start adding to your water. Otherwise, it's going to be just too liquidy, and you don't want it too wet on your paper. And if you're doing your computer printout, you're going to have to get a good quality paper, because I'm recommending to use canvas. So obviously I don't want you to use a thin, flimsy watercolor paper. So you're going to need to get a special, paper. It's so much easier, absorbs the paint with the canvas. It looks better, and as long as you don't forget, you can't wash down your watercolor, because you're going to be taking off the paint. You can frame this in this canvas, and just remember, use a duster to clean up if you just want to get the dust off. But you wouldn't have to frame it with glass. If you use that other watercolor paper, you would have to definitely frame it with glass on top. Alrighty, so let's begin and do gentle strokes. And I say gentle, I mean, I'll show you. Just very gentle. Oh, and I hope everybody's safe from that big rainstorm we had. We had in West Orange. I don't know about if you had it by you, but West Orange, New Jersey, we had such a storm. And I had said to my puppy, come in. He was outside with me, and I said, well, come in. It's going to be pouring. And he hesitated, but then I said, you want to get caught in this rainstorm? It's about to happen. He ran in. So I just hope everybody is safe. It was a very bad storm. It came very quickly. And it was really, really scary to my dog. He was not feeling good about that. I always do light colors first, then dark. Honey, what are you doing under there? It's my puppy Platinos. He's making a lot of noise down here. What are you chewing? Are you chewing my chair? Don't chew it. No, no. You want mommy to fall off the chair? No chewing the chair. No. Go get your toys. No. And by the way, if you're just first tuning in, I'm painting my late father, and believe it or not, he was almost 96, and he didn't have wrinkles. He looked like this. I mean, just God bless him. And his hair was still quite black. I mean, he had little maybe spots of gray, but he mostly had black hair. It's hard to believe. He had a tragic accident, slipped over a water grate plate with freezing rain. They, by mistake, gave him surgery on a severe wounded shoulder and arm, and it led to bleeding of his brain. So he would have been here. God bless. I really believe another 40 years. He was so healthy. He would be able to stand 8 hours on his feet in the ShopRite collecting for the veterans. God bless him. And he was some man. And he would go every month to the veterans home in Paramus. And he would do all the, conducting of the games, bingo, whatever. And he just was something. Make sure he provided them, buy things for them, whatever they needed. Honey, no. Go get your toys. Leave the paper alone. No. You can't do that. You can't do that. And you need to do several layers, because if you just do one layer, you're going to see right through. You could even see the pencil marks. And I've been to art shows that actually had pencil marks showing through with the watercolor. I was like so shocked. How could they do that? It's an unfinished picture. You can't do that. You have to layer, at least several layers, and more if it's more detailed. Portraiture is more detailed. I did big buildings recently. That's more detailed. So it depends on what it is. Now, please stop it. Be good. Go down and chew your toys. Go down. You got plenty of toys. Go get one of the toys and bring it back to mommy. No chewing that. Honey, if you don't, I'm going to push you out of this room. You're not going to be able to come in this room. You can't do that. You can't do that. You've been good for the last few days. I don't know what's going on now. A few days you were wonderful, but you started teething a little yesterday. No more. No more. No more. No more. No more, baby. You gotta go and get your toys and tease on them. Please. Please. Go get some water. Go get your toys. You want my chickie later. This is Platinus, and he's only about a year old, and he's still teething a little. He's an island puppy. It's taking a little longer than most puppies that I've had because 2 months on his own, no formal training. He was just living outside all by himself. Poor thing. Something must have happened to his mother and to leave a beautiful boy like this. Don't chew that. I said no. You go get your toys. That's our paper. You can't. I know it has to be glued down, but you can't do that. No. 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 You want my chickie later, you better stop. You know how you love my chickie. You know, I called about a social media job, and I've been wanting for months, even before Social Security started giving me all this grief. I was applying for different things, but 2 accepted me, but they wanted me to move out to California, and I wasn't going to do that. I want to stay in New Jersey, and I just continued to apply, and now somebody just called me in for an interview, and all the jobs that I applied for, they were really good social media jobs. So I'm hoping that this materializes and works out. I hope that, I only applied to the best companies, ones that I would want to represent. I didn't apply to any company that I wouldn't feel is worthy. So I'm hoping this. I don't even know which one called me back. They called just as I was going to go on the air, and I didn't stop to check what it is. So say a prayer for me, because I was looking for this even before Social Security. My father passed away. I don't know if anyone just tuned in. I want to go through it again. Stopped for 5 months my SSI, except for a small portion. And they said they made an overpayment, which they didn't. And I had gone there and also called even before, stating that it was on a toll-free recorded line, that I informed them. I also send it in writing, but I would have to go through. I went through 10,000 papers because they told me they didn't need any more receipts, and I had filed it away. One woman told me prior, and then I go through 10,000 receipts, and it ended up the woman that I saw didn't even take one receipt, and she was stating that you didn't establish that that you reported whatever income came in from your father passing. And that is nonsense because it's on toll-free recorded line. And so I'm going to tell my attorney to petition to get the recording. And then secondly, not only that, but the receipt she wouldn't take. And I went through 10,000 papers to find them. So, this was for my arrear money. This wasn't even for my father's money. That I did the spend down. I proved it. But this was concerning the arrear money I was getting from my former husband. I was married, formally, and it was over 20 years ago that he first was paying me my arrear money, and they are aware of it because I had to cancel my Social Security meeting. I was going to meet with them, but then I had to go for arrear court the same day they called for arrear court. So I had to cancel the Social Security meeting. And when I called in, I told them that was because of the arrear court. And this is very important. My son was being emancipated and I needed to get my arrear money. So they were well aware of it. And now they're saying, oh, you can't have your arrear money. And, getting their money. And that's nonsense because it was recorded that they told me I could. So these people made the error. I shouldn't have to pay for it. And that is it. I'm in the right. Now, I was trying to get the social media job before all this was occurring, but I tried even harder after this was occurring because, I can't be without their support as a senior citizen. There's no way. And it's just a bunch of nonsense, the whole thing. And there's got to be reform. And I won't stop. I will definitely talk about it and talk about it and talk about it. This shouldn't be happening to any other senior citizen. They wouldn't have Social Security if it wasn't for the seniors. They're the ones that paid into it to make Social Security. I'm a senior citizen. I paid into it. So they shouldn't be doing this to us. Light went off. Gotta wave my arm. My son put it on timer, but I don't think it's going to go back on now. Well, I'm just going to be optimistic. Everything should work out, and I know I'm in the right, and I want that job. And I won't need Social Security I'll need Social Security, but I won't need SSI, I meant to say. I won't need SSI. Still need Social Security. But I'm glad to report, that I wouldn't need it. And I did report, whatever came in. I'm out to do things. I do things for charity. I don't get paid to teach art and poetry. Right now I'm doing a show. I don't get paid for this. I'm the president of Artist Barbara Sue Fine Art Studio. I just enjoy doing this. And another thing, when you're a senior citizen, you're going to try a lot harder than some of these kids doing a job. They have their education, of course, and they're smart, but they're not going to do a job like a senior. A senior, I've been around long enough to know and care about what I would do for a company. So they're smart. They'll want to hire a senior. And it's interesting. I prayed right before that phone rang. I was saying to my puppy, I says, I pray that I can get this one of the social media jobs. And all of a sudden the phone rang. God is wonderful. Well, I had 2 offers. I'm just not going to go to California. And I would have loved to. With book offers, #1 book offers, and with the New York Times, and it would have been lovely. And one requested me to take the position. I didn't even contact them. They contacted me. It was interesting at first, and then I just said, I think it's best to get somebody else that can go out there. I'm not going to go out there. That's not for me. I'm a small city girl. It's sort of like suburbia here, and sort of like city yet country, kind of like. That's how my town is. There were a lot of jobs in New York available for social media, but I don't want to go out to New York. I really liked the companies that were in New York, but I feel it takes too long to travel back and forth, and I want to do my things, my organization and all, and I just can't do everything. I want to do my organization. I want to write my blog still. So, I just feel it would be good if I can get one in Jersey. That's my thought. And that's the only ones I applied for. There's too many things that I want to still do here, and I know I don't want to be taken away from the work that I need to do. And by the way, this is my first portraiture, so I've never painted before a portraiture if you first tuned in. I could show you how to do it, but I've never painted a portraiture. I always have the ability to tell somebody what to do. I just never really had the caring to do one. And I liked landscaping, and I like flowers and doing still life, just not into. But this is because my late father, his portrait. I just wanted to paint one so I can look at him. I'll put this frame and put it on the wall. That will make me happier. It even bring me joy doing it, I never had a desire to, but now I'm actually finding joy in doing the portraiture. The reason he was in such good shape, he was a paper hanger contractor, and he worked right into his 80s. And then he still was doing some paper hanging for my brother, and he was in his 90s. God bless him. My brother asked him to do it. I never did. I wouldn't bother him in his later years. I didn't care. I had my house painted. I didn't want to bother him. But, he found joy in helping doing my brother's house, even though he was in his 90s. He still found joy. But he was quite amazing man. Nothing was too much for him. He just wanted to do everything to help the community, help people. You were a stranger on the street, he'd help you if you needed help. Well, still have to do many more layers. It's only 4 layers, and I know I have to do a lot more on this painting. It was so hot and humid today in West Orange, New Jersey. I'm glad that it rained a little bit to cool things down. It still feels pretty humid, but a lot better than it was. I'll tell you. I'm worried about my puppy being out there too long. He's an inside dog, and you know, that high humidity. You gotta be careful with your pets. Now, be careful with yourself too. You have to hydrate no matter what age you are. Hydrate yourself. And sugary drinks aren't, a good thing to hydrate with. Water is the best thing, really. Put a little lime in your water. Taste a little better. Put lemon and lime. But I find lime is better because we found out that lemon is actually a hybrid. So lime is better for you. but I mean, for a little taste. Put the lemon if you prefer. But it's just not going to be as nutritious and as good for you as the lime would be. If you have an area that's small, you can even dot on your paint if need be, like this, like I'm doing, dotting on. I'm so excited about that social media thing. I hope it's the right fit and easy to get along with. So. My son wants to get married soon to his girlfriend, so this is a steady girlfriend. This is a good thing. That's why I wanted the social media job, because I really enjoy social media is one, and secondly, I know that he wants to move out and get married and have his own place. So the second reason. And really his boss wants him to do some extra training and then get his early license for architecture in New York, which he's in New Jersey working, but he wants it from New York, so because they work from New York too. And really, he should do that. I mean, if his boss wants him to do something. So, it's really two reasons. I really want to do it, and secondly, my son really needs to do his own finances and not, have to help me out with our home. I appreciate it greatly what he's doing. God bless him. I know he's going to be a great husband and a great father. Well, I want to say a miraculous healing prayer for all the people in the world, and I hope there's peace, good spirit, good health, good strength. Amen. And God heals 100%. I just do the prayer. I have nothing to do with the healing, I just do the prayer. And speaking of which, I just want to say amen. And then speaking of which, for a $5 donation to Shop for Clothes from Macy's, you can get a free energy scan. An energy scan is where I pinpoint your problem, whether it be in your mind or your body, and I just clear your chakras. Your chakras are so essential to be cleared. If there's improper circulation within your body, it has to be in your mind, in your body, there's blockage, and that is causing, problems, whether it be a mind problem, your focus is affected, and your energy. And then in addition, you're could be in acute pain. So you want to have your chakras cleared, and it's normally $779 that what I do, because you cannot get results. I mean, even I've been doing this recently, but I've had such results. I can't even imagine a person, to be in such acute pain, and I can in the same day resolve that issue. I've had, I did a wonderful town event, and every single person that came over to me was cured immediately. And I'm not just saying this. I mean, this was just so amazing. And I can't say that it's going to happen for every person. I will be, very honest to tell you. I did the miraculous healing prayers, and it didn't cure every single person immediately. But the energy scan, I found it has. Because, see, the energy scan's a little different than I make a miraculous healing prayer. It works, but it takes a little time. The energy scan, I pinpoint immediately, and it's cured. Normally, my results have been 100%. I don't, know what could be, because I haven't had enough clients to know that yet. It's only been a couple of months where I've been doing energy scans. But I was doing miraculous healing prayers way back. I started doing that was 2006. I was working at a facility. It was assisted living, and I was doing the prayer healing. I didn't even know that I was doing it. I was doing it, and then somebody had told me that as a advanced Reiki master, that I was doing to the highest level of Reiki. Now, I've exceeded that because I'm doing the energy scan. And an energy scan is something that a Reiki master should learn also. So if there's any Reiki masters out there, I'd be more than happy to instruct you how to do this. And I am descended from the holiest of priests. So I have my credentials. I can be right now clergy if I wanted to be, without further training. And I chose, the path of healing. Healing prayer. This is my path. I do not care to be clergy. I think it's wonderful people that are clergy, but it's just not my path. I want to continue with this. So at any rate, for $5, Shop for Clothes from Macy's. Give us a call, 973-736-1637. I can do it over the phone with the energy scan. And you get your Shop for a Cause ticket. You can come pick it up. It's August 26th to August 28th, and you might win $500 at Macy's. If you can't make it to the event, you can ask me to also turn the ticket in for you so that you could win maybe the $500 gift card each Macy's gives away. There's still time. I guess I could mail something to you if you're out of state, because each Macy's across the state, you can use this Macy's card. Plus, we are giving one lucky person a digital camera, so you might win that. If you didn't want the energy scan, you can get an antique piece of jewelry. So, I mean, it's an incredible offer. Shop for a cause for Macy's. Our organization, again, is Artist Barbara L. Sue Fine Art Studio. I'm Barbara L. Sue. I'm the one instructing the art today. And in addition, you have a year to use your art lesson. So even if you're out of state, you can always come and take the art lesson. If you're getting whether the energy scan or you're getting the jewelry, you will be able to get a free art lesson, a private one, not one that's on the air. You can get a private instruction, and you can be any age, because with on air you can only be 18 or more. That's Google Hangout and YouTube rules. It's not my rules. So just so you know. And again, our phone is 973-736-1637. I hope that you have a good night or a good day. And I'm going to call about that job right now. So I'm going to say good night or good day to you. And thank you. And just continue doing your art. Don't let anyone make you feel that you can't do it. You can do it. I'm very proud of whatever you're doing right now, watching us, or if you are actually painting. And try the painting, even if, I have some people say, I'm just watching. That's fine, but try it. I had one gentleman who said he couldn't do it, he just wants to watch. But then I said to him, just try. Don't give up. I mean, he tried a little bit and then he gave up. And I said, just try. Do something you really want to do. So he did a self-portrait, and he really wanted to do it. This is something he found. And see, so you can't give up. There are people that say, I can't do it, and then they do the best. I've had a senior citizen, 90 years old, said she couldn't do it, and she painted the best roses in a vase and the background. Gosh, and 90, never painted in her life. So just try, alrighty, and just keep thinking that you can do this. Don't let anyone make you feel that you can't. I've had so many students say, oh, my teachers, in grammar school and high school said I have no talent, I shouldn't paint. And I said, that's ridiculous. Why did they do that to you? That's a horrible teacher. You can't give up on a student. You have to keep encouraging. And that's what I do. And go to the library too and get some books out on watercolor painting. And if you need to learn how to mix colors. If you can't come to our studio, I want you to do these things so that you get better and better. So look at the great masters' work. Don't copy it, but just look at it and be inspired by it. Take care. Bye now.